Alright, so what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Quick video. Alright, this video is not gonna be really thought about because a lot of people try to like think about a whole point to make while making videos like this, but I'm gonna be straight up real. I don't like Andrew Tate, and I don't understand why people genuinely take him serious. Now, I want to disclaim this. I hate Andrew Tate's messages more than I hate him. I think he's a very entertaining person. I think he's funny. I feel like people take him more serious than they do anything, and I mean, some of the things he says, you can tell he even laughs at and thinks that they're a joke, but other things, you can tell he's genuinely being serious and believes it, and honestly, I don't really blame Andrew Tate. He's capitalizing, but you know, we'll get further into that. So yeah, we're here with I hate Andrew Tate, so let's get into it. Now, as I said, for those of you who may not know who this guy is, I don't know how you don't. You must be living under a rock, but long story short, Andrew Tate is a very popular, let's just say, entertainer now on the internet. I don't know, you can't call him a YouTuber or a streamer or anything. He's just a personality who mostly blew up from TikTok. Now, he really blew up because he's like this really rich guy who drives a Bugatti and flexes how much money and how rich he is, which I don't necessarily have a problem with. Do I personally flex? Would I personally flex? No. Alright, not at all. Yeah, I have like very expensive things, sure. I mean, I'm able to do these things because of you. I have clothes, shoes, and stuff that I would never have been able to get without you guys, so appreciate you. But me aside, yeah, that's pretty much who Andrew Tate is. He's a guy who got popular off of flexing and, you know, talking about his Bugatti because that's like his famous car. But most of all, he really started to take off when people started to repost videos and stuff of his quotes and his takes on things. Like, let's just say this dude could talk about how he doesn't like shoes. He'll say the most outrageous take and make it so far left to the point where you're like, okay, I get not liking shoes, but like, you're taking it too far. I don't know why out of all things I said shoes, but we're gonna go with it. But like I said, Andrew Tate has some really outrageous takes. That's why we're here today. We're not here to talk about necessarily how he's a bad guy. It's his takes, dude. His takes are obnoxious. So I'm going to play a few examples, and yeah, we're going to get into it.
It's interesting. It's actually very unfortunate. It's kind of unfortunate because women are completely and utterly solely judged on how they look. Like, a lot of these feminists are fucking, they're so busted. Like, if you're going to be a feminist, at least get hot first. Because if you're hot, you'll matter. Oh, the hot bitch said this.
You ever think I mean, dog, I mean, one look at that clip and you can already see why I say people don't really always take Andrew Tate serious and why a lot of people don't agree with his takes, because, since when did your looks matter about what you had to say? Now, feminist is a whole another conversation about that whole fiasco, about how insane that realm of the internet can be. So I'm not talking about that in specific, but it's just the fact that he says that in order for your point to matter as a woman, you gotta be good looking. And well, I don't know what world he's living in, but now, me not being able to take Andrew Tate serious, I don't take that serious. So I think I think it's funny. I'll laugh at something like that if I see it on TikTok because it's so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious, alright? It's so unrealistic that I can't take it serious, like, and that's what we're gonna be getting into now, alright? And that's how this abundance of millions, and I mean millions of people have started to genuinely take what Andrew Tate says and live by it. The amount of TikToks I see on my For You page of people saying that Andrew Tate is low-key spitting facts and that everything he says is true is insane, because the meat riding is insane. It's ridiculous. Although I see right through this guy as a character who's capitalizing on this huge blow-up he's gotten and becoming this internet sensation, people look at him as some kind of god. Like, they actually look at him as if he's like the richest man on earth, when, believe it or not, his net worth is only 100 million. I know you may think, oh, only 100 million, that's a lot. Duh, it's a lot of money. But in the realm of the world, he is nowhere near the richest whatsoever. He is very rich, but nowhere near the richest. But back to what I was saying, these people are so fascinated with Andrew Tate, not because of the character, but because they genuinely think what he's saying is true. They genuinely follow this, and this brings me into the website Andrew Tate owns, which is the War Room. And this War Room thing, this War Room thing is a whole nother conversation. Now, the reason that really sparked me to make this this video was because a YouTuber I watch quite frequently called Patrick CC 5 hours ago dropped a video called The Cult of Andrew Tate, in which he goes over the war room and talks about the website very in-depthly. I watch Patrick CC in my free time, so if you guys have some time, go check out that video. But yeah, pretty much this war room website is owned by Andrew Tate, and in order to get in here, you have to pay $40 or $50 a month, which, okay, if this is all it was, okay, people are just paying their money, being idiots, and trying to genuinely live by Andrew Tate. Okay, you can't blame Andrew Tate for that. You know, that's people being gullible, idiotic, and paying their own money. But there's more to it. There's genuinely people who have to devote their lives to this website to be on it. You have to do everything Andrew Tate says, or he will remove you. You will get removed if you're not active in this community. You will get removed. It's very, very cult-like. And as I tried to explain earlier, I don't think there's a problem with finding Andrew Tate entertaining whatsoever, or getting a laugh out of what he says because he's obnoxious. In my eyes, he's a character. He's nothing more than a, let's just say, Nikocado Avocado. He's a character who has this alpha male personality, when in reality, and when he goes to sleep at night, he probably has one female in his bed, and it's probably a girlfriend he's been talking to behind closed doors or something, and not the 5 million quote-unquote thoughts he has chilling in his room around him in his bed, doing all type of stuff to him. Nah, bro, I don't believe that, because like I said, I look at him as a character, because if he is genuinely serious, he needs help. He needs help. But like I said, my thing is these kids who worship Andrew Tate. There's kids who call themselves the top G. I'm the top G. Shout out the top G. If you're not rocking with the top G, like, it's so cringe. Like, every trend that ever hits TikTok or it hits the internet, it becomes cringe. Andrew Tate was funny. Andrew Tate, the whole thing was like, it was original, and it was like, okay, cool, until literally this month, it's just blown. It's just blown. I'm tired of hearing the top G and all that dumb BS, dog. As I said, these little kids just follow this guy and listen to what he says and genuinely look at him as like a role model, and he knows everything about females, and he knows how the world works, and he knows how you shouldn't devote time to relationships, how women are nothing. It's not about women. It's not about just that. It's just about everything he says. It's like, dog, it's so much stuff he says is just, it's obnoxious. For some reason, he likes to target women more. I don't know why. I mean, he talks about us fellow men. He says we're fat and we're worthless and we're nothing. And unless we go out there and earn our money physically, and if you're a streamer, you're not working hard. It's all type of dumb stuff he said. Now, I gotta give bro credit. He did a stream with a popular streamer / YouTuber that you guys probably know, Aiden Ross, and that was hilarious. That was entertaining. I watched the entire stream. It was funny. Top tier quality, because Andrew Tate said some really left stuff here and there, but he was genuinely spitting facts, like just trying to encourage Aiden to really like become more healthy, saying stuff that made logical sense, and he wasn't being extremely obnoxious. But that's the last and I think first time I've ever seen Andrew Tate actually come with some logical points for more than 3 minutes max. So I give him props in that realm, but like I said, other than that, this dude spends his entire time on the internet that I see him on any podcast, any video, or anything in general. It's always something negative to say, or something that makes no sense at all. That is literally the most insanely obnoxious and false thing I've ever seen in my life, and people worship this and people love what he says. Like people say, it's like this man owns like a whole nation of like supporters or warriors. Like, these people will fight for Andrew Tate. Like this video, it may get some hate. I don't care. You need to wake up, because 9 times out of 10 the people supporting Andrew Tate are literal fetuses. And what I have to say to you guys if you're watching this is, please wake up. If you think Andrew Tate is about to help you get your wife or help you become this guy who gets every female, you're obnoxious. Because if Andrew Tate lives like this, that's his life. He is a multi-millionaire. You can't embody somebody's life and try to live it and recreate it and follow what they say. You can take their advice because they've been in similar situations than you, but to try to take what they do, if Andrew Tate genuinely does what he does and lives by what he says, you can't embody that. That's that man's life. If he goes and bags 20 thoughts a night, that's him. That's his life. You're not going to be doing that because you're not a multi-millionaire. It's just fact. People on the internet spend way too much time trying to model themselves after people instead of really crafting their own path, and that's what I find obnoxious. Even people just trying to do stuff how other people did it, or always trying to recreate things that happened on the internet, recreate waves, people trying to recreate this, that. Bro, we live in a totally another time. You have your own path. You can't do what this person did. You can't literally be this person's embodiment. You have to find you as a person. And when we find us as people, we usually blossom. I know I'm sounding like some kind of, what am I, spiritual sower or something. Like, bro, I'm not trying to be all like serious here, but I'm just spitting facts and you can't deny it. If you're one of the little ones out there who genuinely take what Andrew Tate says serious, I want to let you know that you need to find you as a person. You need to stop listening to Andrew Tate, listening to everything this man says, and try to embody him as a person and think that's what you are, because 9 times out of 10 you're not anything like Andrew Tate. You don't have millions of dollars, you don't own a Bugatti, you don't go to the gym every day, you're not a boxing champion. You're none of that. You have to find yourself as a person, and you have to find your purpose and align with what you want to be, and not try to be the top G. You're not going to be him. What he says about females is not true. What he says about life 9 times out of 10 is not true. If you feel sad and depressed, don't feel like you should go do what he says. How he said, if you're depressed, you should probably just off yourself. Don't do that. Don't listen to what he says. I know it's like sounds corny, but like, I'm being honest here. Like, I see way too many people genuinely living by Andrew Tate, and if you're one of those people, please wake up, stop being an idiot, and get some brain cells. Like, seriously. But you know, that's really all that needed to be said about Andrew Tate. There's not really much more that needs to be said. Yeah, guys, stop following what this guy says and think for yourself. All right, I forgot to say it. All right, bye, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.